Controlling your mind begins with awareness. Most people go through the day thinking on autopilot, not even realizing the kind of thoughts running through their heads. But the moment you start observing your thoughts, you take the first step toward mastery. Awareness is the light that exposes the patterns of your thinking, and once you see them, you can start changing them. Negative thoughts have a strong influence over our emotions and actions, but they are not permanent. You have the power to shift your focus. Every time a negative idea enters your mind, you can challenge it and consciously replace it with something positive. It takes effort at first, but over time, this habit rewires your brain to think in a more optimistic way. One of the most powerful tools to calm and control the mind is daily meditation. Even just a few minutes each day of sitting in silence and focusing on your breath can bring a sense of clarity and peace. Meditation helps you detach from the chaos of overthinking and create space between you and your thoughts. That space is where your power lies. When you face challenges or conflicts, your first instinct might be to react emotionally. But true strength is in pausing, thinking, and then responding with wisdom. Reaction is automatic, but response is a choice. Learning to respond rather than react is a sign that you're gaining control of your inner world. Your mind becomes what you feed it. If you constantly consume negativity through news, toxic people, or self-doubt, your mind will reflect that. But if you fill it with motivational speeches, positive books, and uplifting messages, it will grow stronger, more focused, and more resilient. What you put into your mind every day shapes your future. Negative thoughts are powerful. They can control your emotions, affect your mood, and even stop you from taking action. But the truth is, negative thoughts are just thoughts. They are not facts. The moment you recognize a negative thought, you have the power to challenge it instead of accepting it blindly. When a negative idea enters your mind, like, "I'm not good enough," or "I always fail," pause and ask yourself, is this really true? Most of the time, it's just fear or past experience trying to control your present. Replace that thought with something empowering, like, "I'm learning and improving every day." This shift in mindset slowly begins to transform how you feel and act. It takes practice to rewire your brain this way, but the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. You start to build a habit of positivity, and soon your mind becomes your friend instead of your enemy. Over time, replacing negative thoughts with positive ones doesn't feel forced. It becomes who you are. Meditation is not about stopping your thoughts. It's about learning to observe them without getting attached. When you sit quietly and focus on your breath, you start noticing how restless your mind really is. This awareness is the first step toward control. You begin to see that your thoughts come and go, and you don't have to follow every single one of them. Even just 5 to 10 minutes of daily meditation can create a big difference in your mental state. It calms your nervous system, reduces anxiety, and brings clarity. Over time, it helps you respond to life with patience instead of reacting with stress. In that stillness, your mind gets a break from constant noise, and you return to your day with more focus and inner peace. The best part is, you don't need any special tools or skills to start. Just find a quiet space, sit comfortably, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. Thoughts will come, but gently bring your attention back. The more you practice, the stronger your ability to control your mind becomes. It's simple, but powerful. In difficult situations, Our natural instinct is to react quickly, often with anger, fear, or frustration. But reacting without thinking usually makes things worse. True mind control begins when you learn to pause, take a deep breath, and give yourself a moment to process what's happening. This short pause can stop a mistake, save a relationship, or protect your peace. Responding means choosing your words and actions carefully. It means thinking before you speak and acting with intention instead of emotion. When you respond instead of react, you stay in control of yourself, no matter how chaotic the outside world may be. That is the sign of a strong and disciplined mind. Your mind is like soil. Whatever you plant in it grows. If you constantly feed it with negativity, fear, and doubt, those thoughts will take root and grow stronger. But if you fill your mind with positive, motivational, and empowering content every day, your thinking will start to shift. You'll begin to feel more confident, focused, and driven. What you watch, read, and listen to matters more than you realize. Just like your body needs healthy food to stay strong, your mind needs inspiring thoughts to stay sharp and resilient. Choose content that uplifts you, challenges you to grow, and reminds you of your purpose. Over time, your mind will reflect the strength and clarity you've been feeding it.